What up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy, Hit the keys. Here today with 4 freebies for you guys. And if you're watching this video on the day that it releases, it's my birthday, so can I get some birthday love down in the chat? Make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time we bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. But with no further delay, let's get right into these freebies. Hit the key. All right, guys, so what's cool about today's video is that 2 of the plugins are actually from friends of the channel, which is pretty dope to get to cover it. So the first freebie that I have for you guys today comes from my guy Dixon Beats and Era over at Patent Sound. It's called Scratchpad. When you open up Scratchpad, it's going to look like this. Cool little GUI, in my personal opinion. And then when you click on it and you start it up, it's got little stuff going on. So it's got the lo-fi feel with all the drawing and all that other stuff. And when you start clicking through like presets and stuff, it changes over here. It's like if I go to keys, boom, it'll say keys over here or whatnot. But it's got some pretty cool presets. It's only got a few, but they get the job done. I do like a lot of these keys. So I use this lo-fi piano in the beat, but I like this, this sound right here. So very nice sounding piano, but like a lot of these key stuff, it sounds really good. So let's see what this sounds like. So again, some pretty cool presets up in here. A lot of stuff to get you going for like, especially for lo-fi. So we got that. We got some more presets. We got everything for bass and leads in here too, which is nice. That sound is fire. Y'all did a good job designing that one. But again, there's a bunch of different stuff in here. Like I like this bass right here. I use this bass in the beat. Super decent. We still got more sounds down here too as well. Like we got some different kind of pads. So not bad. We also have chorus, we have trash, we have this LFO wobble. I like here on the knob that they tell you, look fam, if you turn this knob all the way over here, you turn this bad boy too far, you done too much. There's no point of return from there. I like that, but it's got reverb, all that other good stuff as well. I'll play a couple more pads for you guys too. All right, so that sounds nice. We got some leads. So let's see what Cynthia sounds like. All right, so in this beat, I actually used Scratchpad in a few different instances. So I'll go ahead and I'll let you guys kind of hear some of the different instances of Scratchpad. So this was the first one. This was basically the piano. So super juicy sounding lo-fi piano. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna play all the stuff that I used from Scratchpad all together, so that you guys can just kind of hear how I kind of started this little beat up. So, kind of lo-fi-esque kind of feel to it so far. One more thing that I did forget to mention is they also have this little section where you can just get sounds. So right here, if you hit textures, you can come over here and you can start adding textures. You can add tape, you can add rain, you can add whatever it is that you want. You just push the key down and it'll make that noise for you. So that's pretty nice. All right, guys, and the next free plugin that I have for you guys today comes from another friend of the channel, my guy, Goose Hardman and Monster Daw. It's called Monster Keys. When you open up Monster Keys, it is going to look like this. It's got an update since the previous version. What's cool about this plugin, it is very simple. It's just basically 30 different sounds that you can layer however you want to. So you have 5 different pianos, you have 5 different choirs, you have 5 different pads, 5 different brasses, 5 different plucks, and then 5 different effects. And then you can dial in the amount of level that you want to of the sound, and you can pan it from left to right. So that makes it pretty dope. This is just what the initialized preset sounds like. So it's just a bunch of different stuff together. You got keys, you got choirs, effects, and all that other stuff. It's really simple. You just click on that, you take the red off, and then it'll take everything out for you. So boom, bam, just like that, we can take everything out and just have a piano. Guess you got to take the brass out too. So decent sounding piano, but you have different kind of keys. So I'm not going to go through every preset because there's a lot of them and you can do a whole lot of mixing and matching. But there is some cool stuff with this though. Fire sounding keys, but you can do all kinds of stuff. Like they got effects down here and the effects sound pretty dope. You know, so you can add that to your keys, maybe throw a little brass in there, turn the brass down just a little bit, turn this effects down a little bit. And now we have you know what I'm saying? Not even gonna tell me that's not dope. And so let's go ahead and just check out a couple more things. So like, let's say we were to add a choir with it, add a pad, and now this is kind of what we have. Just dope, you know? And again, you can turn down certain parts, turn up other parts, do all kinds of stuff. There's just a ton of different stuff. Of course, I'm a maniac. So I opened up an instance of Monster Keys and I highlighted every single sound just so we could see what it sounds like for the video. Make sure you turn the volume down because it's going to be extra loud if you do this, but you know. And that's fire. That's all the voices together, not mixed in, not blended, but you know, you can do stuff and pan them and get them to sound all kinds of different ways. So I'll go ahead and play what I used from Monster's keys in the beat. And so it was these sounds right here. And now I'll play all that with what I had in Scratchpad as well. So it definitely gets the job done. And the third free plugin that I have for you guys today is also with Jim. It's a compressor and it's called Sonic Crusher. When you open up Sonic Crusher, it is going to look like this. I'm not going through everything in compression today. This is not a compression tutorial, but I will talk about the things that I do like about this compressor. And I do like how it has this crush feature right here where it lets you add like a bunch of distortion or saturation. I love this drive button right here. It lets you drive the sound. With the crush frequency, it allows you to dial in whatever frequency you want to add that distortion or that saturation on. It also lets you add warmness and color to your sounds. It's pretty solid little compressor in my personal opinion. It's got this modern and vintage knob right here as well, which changes the sound of the compression. I use it on some drums and I use it on the vocals in this beat. So I'll go ahead and play the beat first without the compression on the drums, and then I'll play it with the compression on the drums. All right, so that's what it sounds like without the compression on there. Now, once I throw this on there though, listen to these drums. So you can hear immediately that it's making those drums smack. I know somebody's gonna be like, well, you need to bring up an analyzer so we can do gain compensation. It's a compressor. It's doing its job, man. You can look over here too as well and see that it's doing its job by the meters, but it's just doing its job. And so I'm gonna go ahead and bypass this, turn it on, turn it off again, so that you guys can see. But just right here, look at the bypass and you'll be able to notice when it's on and off. So I'll start with it off, or with bypass on, and then I'll turn bypass off. So real quickly, I'll just let you guys kind of hear some of the stuff that you can get your drums to sound like with this compressor on your mix bus. And don't go too hard with the crush because you can destroy it, especially depending on where you put the frequency at and all this other stuff. So I'm just gonna mess with those little controls right here, the warmth and the color, so you can kind of hear what that sounds like in the drive, because you know, you should know what compression sounds like, you know? So let's go. So you can hear that saturation that's adding to the drums, but you can affect the frequency at which that crush is there. And then you have this right here too, this crush cue. So you can hear it's adding a lot more oomph to the drums. You got this warmth and this color down here as well. Now with the color, it's cool because obviously it's going to be dark or light, so you can decide if you want to add some brightness or darkness. Obviously I went kind of more so to the dark side on this. And then it's also got this drive over here so you can just drive it. So not a little bad compressor at all. I use it on the vocal as well. I'm not gonna go through everything on the vocal. I'll just let you hear what it sounds like before and after. So this is what the vocal sounded like before. And then once I threw the Sonic Crusher on there, so I'll go ahead and play it in the beat. I'll play it first without the Sonic Crusher on there, and then I'll play it with Sonic Crusher on there. So now I'll play it with Sonic Crusher on there. Sorry, I messed up them drums, man. They're super crunchy now. So as you can tell, it's definitely a solid compressor and it's free. And last but not least on these free plugins today, I got something from Tone Projects. It's called Basslane. When you open up Basslane, it is going to look like this. This is basically a low frequency or a bass widening plugin. So it's going to lower things that are on low frequency or basically bass. And it's going to widen that sound for you. So basically, I'm going to let you kind of hear what this bass sounds like. This is the same bass that I was using in the beat that I got from Scratchpad. And it sounds like this. All right, now once I turn this on, you'll be able to see the movement and everything here as well. So you can hear how the bass is wide and how it's moving around. It's pretty dope. You can mess with this, so you can mess with the frequency at which it will widen it out. So that's pretty solid. Then you got control over the width here as well. And then you have control over the amount of the side harmonics. You also have control over the game. And then you have mode, and then you have slope here as well. I never used the old base lane. I guess there's an older version, so I'm assuming that classic would be the original version of base lane, and then the flat would be the more newer version. I don't have that answer though for sure. I kind of just downloaded this to check it out. It looked kind of dope. So I haven't honestly really played with it, and I didn't even use it on the bass in this beat. But I thought I would bring it to you guys because it seems like it's a fire tool. I just probably not going to use it too much because I don't use much widening my basses, you know what I'm saying? So, all right, guys, so that's what I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys could get some use out of some of these plugins. I feel like they all have pretty good use case scenarios in your productions. Make sure if you guys do like this content though, you drop a whole elbow on that like button, hit subscribe and that notification bell so every time I bring you guys a new video, you can be the first to see. Appreciate you guys' time as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
All right, guys and gals, thanks for watching the video. Make sure you hit the subscribe and like button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so every time a new video comes out, you can be the first to know. Let me know what tutorials you want to see next in the comments, and see you next time.
Some, hit the key.